All right, so let me ask, you ever feel like you're wrestling with your own brain trying to get an idea down? Like, just perfectly formed.
Oh, all the time. Especially
Yeah.
with all this stuff flying around these days. Keeping up with it.
Exactly. But what if you had a partner in that process? And I'm not talking about a colleague. I mean, like, what if AI could step in and help you shape those thoughts?
Well, that's kind of the whole game changer with OpenAI's latest ChatGPT update, this whole Canvas thing. It's a huge leap in that direction.
Okay, so for people who haven't heard all the buzzwords, Canvas. Sounds kind of artsy for an AI thing, right? But it's all about collaboration.
It really is. It's
That-
moving past that thing where AI was just a tool. Remember those clunky early chatbots? We've come a long way.
Like night and day. Now, imagine this. You're working on a blog post. Could be anything, right? But let's say it's about the history of coffee beans.
Specific, but I like it.
Gotta have our caffeine, right? So you're struggling with a section, and instead of ChatGPT just giving you a block of text, it acts like an editor, like right there with you, working through it.
That's the big shift here. You're not just getting answers anymore. You're actually in a true editing process, but with AI assistance. Deep level stuff.
And the interface, okay, remember how annoying it was to get ChatGPT to understand exactly what you wanted to change?
Oh, don't even get me started.
Canvas fixes that. You can literally edit text directly, highlight specific parts you want feedback on.
It even tracks changes, like you'd see in Google Docs, all within ChatGPT.
Mind-blowing, right? And it gets even cooler. OpenAI packed Canvas with all these powerful features, and they work for writing AD coding, which is huge.
And the thing is, this isn't just OpenAI slapping on some fancy tricks. They actually went deep and trained GPT-4, which is what powers Canvas, specifically on collaboration.
So, like, it understands how to be a partner, not just a tool.
Exactly. It's getting context, intent, all that. So it can do things like, let's say you need that coffee bean blog post shorter for social media, right?
Oh, he's got to think about that character count.
Canvas has a feature, adjust length. Boom, done. Or for the coders out there, how about ChatGPT not just find your errors, but actually rewriting your code to fix them?
Wait, seriously?
Yep, fix bugs feature. And if you've ever had to convert code between languages, like Python to JavaScript,
Shameful even thinking about it.
Canvas can do it like it's nothing. Port to a language, productivity boost right there.
This is some next level stuff. But for people listening who might be thinking, okay, but what does this actually mean for me? This is bigger than just some cool features, right? We're talking about the future of how we work with AI.
Absolutely. This isn't about AI taking over jobs. It's about making us better at what we do.
So instead of fearing the machines, we should be figuring out how to use them to our advantage.
Exactly. Canvas is showing us what that could look like.
It's wild, right? Like, we're going from using a hammer to having an extra set of hands, but those hands are powered by, like, pure code.
It's a good analogy. And you hit on something important there. It's not about replacement, it's augmentation. We're talking about amplifying what humans can do.
Okay, so you mentioned earlier OpenAI trained GPT-4 specifically for this whole collaborative environment. What does that even look like? Like, how do you teach an AI to be a good partner?
Right. It's not like teaching a dog to fetch.
Yeah.
Basically, they had to feed GPT-4 a ton of data, but it wasn't just about commands. They had to teach it the nuances of how humans work together.
So, like, reading between the lines.
In a way, yeah. Things like knowing when to open a canvas, how to make specific edits based on feedback, even how to rewrite entire sections but keep the user's original idea intact.
So it's almost like training a human editor, but it's AI learning those subtle cues, the intent behind what we're saying.
Exactly. And where this really gets impressive is in those targeted edits we talked about. You can be super specific, highlight a chunk of text, a piece of code, whatever.
No more of that vague, rewrite this stuff.
Gone. GPT-4 focuses its feedback exactly where you tell it to.
That alone is a game changer, honestly. It really sounds like Canvas puts the user in control, finally.
100%. You're the one calling the shots, giving it direction. And it responds with insights tailored to your needs. It's a genuine back and forth, like you'd have with a good collaborator.
Man, for anyone who writes, codes, really, anyone who wants to work faster and smarter, this is huge.
And it's not just about speed, right? Think about the creative potential. Imagine bouncing ideas off this AI partner, exploring different angles, refining your work in ways you couldn't have imagined before.
It's like having a brainstorming buddy on demand, but they've got access to, well, all the information ever.
Plus those advanced language skills. And
Yeah.
let's not forget education. Students could use Canvas to get feedback on their essays instantly.
Or practice coding in a safe space, even get explanations for tricky concepts, right?
Right. like having a personal tutor who adapts to how you learn best. Now that's powerful.
It's mind-blowing, really. We always talk about AI changing education, but this feels like a real turning point.
Totally. And it's not just education, right? Think about any industry where people have to process information, make decisions. Canvas could completely change the game.
It's like that saying, the future is already here, it's just not evenly distributed yet. We're seeing a glimpse of what's possible, but it's going to take people adapting, learning these new tools.
It's like anything else. The ones who thrive will be the ones who can leverage these advancements, not just use them, but really understand their power.
So for anyone listening who's maybe a little intimidated by all this, right? Where do you even start? What's the most important thing to keep in mind?
Honestly, don't overthink it. Approach it with curiosity. The beauty of these AI tools is you can experiment, play around, and see what works for you.
No pressure, just explore.
Exactly. OpenAI's Canvas is awesome, don't get me wrong, but it's just the beginning. Like we're at the very edge of what AI collaboration could become.
It's exciting and maybe a little daunting. Like, if this is where we are now, what's it going to look like in a year, 5 years?
That's the million-dollar question, right? But one thing's for sure. The future belongs to those who are willing to learn, adapt, and evolve with these advancements. And that's something we can all do.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So to wrap things up, buckle up, folks, because the AI train is leaving the station and you don't want to be left behind. We'll be back next time to break down even more exciting developments in the world of AI. But until then, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.